In terms of our country's national security, there has been a lot of debate about many of its aspects. Of these, the Patriot Act seems to be most controversial. The Patriot Act, passed by Congress soon after 9/11, expanded the jurisdiction of law enforcement agencies in order to aid them in the fight against terrorism here in the U.S. What the Patriot Act has allowed defense agencies to do is to tap our phone conversations and inspect any computer they choose coming into the U.S. This is a violation of our constitutional rights and is breaking down the system of liberty that our country was built on, and that's not right. However, there are people who are not totally opposed to this. In fact, some people actually fully agree with the fact that to keep most of our freedom and safety, it is necessary to go a little farther. They say that the new expanded boundaries of defense agencies will allow them to get an edge on potential terrorist action within the U.S. and eventually eradicate the problem altogether.
The first argument against the Patriot Act is that it violates our Fourth Amendment to the Constitution. The Fourth Amendment protects all U.S. citizens from unreasonable searches and seizures, and also at the end of the amendment it states that a judicially sanctioned search and arrest warrant must be supported by probable cause. Therefore, this act is unjust and unconstitutional. So why then is our government blatantly disregarding the law? We as a country deserve a better defense plan and a lawful government that does not undermine the very foundation upon which it was built. We as a group believe that the voice of American people should be listened to, and that when the people say something is wrong, like the Patriot Act, the matter should be brought to and discussed in the Supreme Court in order to fairly settle the disagreement. The second argument about the Patriot Act is the things that it has accomplished. Since it has been passed, there's been no major news stories about tapped phone calls leading to the bust of legitimate terrorist threats. In fact, the closest thing we have seen was a few young people who made threats at Senator Obama, saying they had weapons. In fact, they were really just under the influence of addictive drugs. This is not the kind of success that our national security bills want to have when they have such a huge undertaking in protecting our country. Also, the fact that tapping phone calls without a warrant is highly illegal and should not be tolerated.
No. After all this evidence, we still believe that even though people claim this is making a huge impact, decreasing terrorism, it is still unconstitutional and illegal for them to do this. If the people who agree with this act want to do something to decrease terrorism, they should just go to the airports and look around. They are doing a great job with decreasing the chance of a terrorist attack. But the people of the U.S. should stand up and bring this issue to the Supreme Court, and even if it fails and the Congress are still thinking about it in the back of their minds, what if they are right? It is unconstitutional.